Okay, it's now time for another segment of Chakotay's Odyssey featuring the adventures of Janeway. So, Season 2, Episode 3. This one is called Projections. And let me tell you something, this one is a real, mind twister.
Oh.
Okay? This one's really going to have you questioning a lot of things.
Questioning my state of reality?
Yeah. So, the main character for this episode is the Doctor.
Okay.
Episode starts off. He's activated in the sick bay. There's a red alert going on. He's like, okay, who activated me? No one's there. Okay, so now he's talking to the computer, right? Why was I activated? Because the red alert went off. Okay.
And nobody's on the ship.
And he's like, where's everyone else? There's no one on the ship.
I think I remember that.
Okay, so he's talking to the computer for 5 minutes, and it's. No one's aboard the ship. Dun dun dun. Commercial break, right? Then you gotta sit through all those commercials back in 95. Then suddenly there's pounding on the door, right? Something's trying to get in.
On the door?
Yeah, the door of the sickbay. Something's pounding on the door. Okay? And door busts open. Someone jumps in. Who is it? It's B'Elanna. Okay, last action hero.
Angry?
She's always angry.
Okay.
Okay, so apparently the computer's lying to him, and
the sensors are off.
Yeah, so B'Elanna, so everyone had to abandon ship because the Kazon attacked.
Right, because they keep on making them mad.
Yeah, so B'Elanna was like, it was just me and Captain Janeway are left. Okay?
Where's everyone else gone?
They had to abandon ship, I just said.
Oh, but they went to a planet?
They don't say.
Oh.
Okay? Well, they do find out later, actually. So next thing you know is, okay, well, B'Elanna can't go to the bridge to find Janeway. Okay, so we're going to send the doctor. But he can't leave the sick bay. Don't worry, B'Elanna's got this all covered. Goes on for about 5 minutes that we've been doing work for weeks now to put projectors in key areas so we can just transfer you there.
He doesn't get his hollow emitter, though.
No, but he was not informed of this at all. Which, that doesn't make any sense. Anyway, so they're just able to deactivate him in the medbay, and suddenly he appears in the bridge, which is all destroyed, and Janeway's unconscious. So he rescues her. So this is one of those things where you're meeting one character at a time, right? Everyone gets their cameo. Wakes up Janeway. She's still got her big hair, but it's a complete mess now. Oh no. Then she starts working on the sensors. Nope, there's a Neelix is calling from the mess hall. He's in the mess hall and he needs help right away.
Because his suit boiled over.
No, because he's fighting with a Kazon that's on board.
Oh.
So they just keep finding more people on board. Makes no sense, right? So now we gotta send the doctor to the mess hall. He's gotta help him defeat this Kazon that Neelix is there just throwing vegetables and fruit at him and fighting him with a frying pan.
This guy is completely useless.
But with the doctor's help, he actually wins. I don't know how he was holding off that Kazon. He was really bad because he had a gun. I don't care if he's throwing pets at you, just shoot him. Yeah.
I mean, I like the actor of Neelix, and I love him. He's in oh my gosh, what's the show with Hugh Laurie? He plays a creepy Canadian astronaut.
Mm-hmm.
Avenue 5. I love him.
So you're talking about
actor.
Ethan Phillips.
Yeah, but I just hate the character of Neelix. He's so irritating.
Okay. So we get a special guest star appearance this episode with one of your favorite Star Trek characters.
Who?
Yeah, who would it be? That would be on Voyager.
Who is it?
It's Reg.
Oh, Reg
Barkley.
Reg, who's been in all of them.
He appears. So what happens is... I
remember Reg appears everywhere.
He appears as a hologram, and he's telling the doctor that everything that's going on is fake. He's actually a real person, and he's been stuck in the holodeck, and radiation is getting in. The holodeck's all messed up, and he's been stuck in there for hours, and all his memories of being on Voyagers are all fake. And then he starts bleeding at one point from his head, and he feels pain. Yeah, he's like, I'm not programmed to feel pain. What's going on here? And at the beginning, he's being deactivated and reactivated in other parts of the ship. Now what's happening is when they transport him to a different place, everything behind him disappears, and then reappears. So it would show he's on the holodeck, right? So things keep changing.
The Doctor is trapped in the holodeck.
And then suddenly he's back into the first episode when he was first activated.
Oh.
Barclay does this, and they're reenacting it.
I remember Barclay was in like almost every show up to a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what shows he hasn't been in, but I'm pretty sure he was in Deep Space Nine, and he might even been in Enterprise.
Okay, so he started in TNG.
Yeah.
He was in Deep Space Nine. Now he's in Voyager.
I think he was in Enterprise as well, in an episode where he went back in the past or something like that. I don't know. Our viewers will be able to tell us.
He was in Star Trek 8. Okay? I don't know if he was in other series. But getting back to this, the Doctor keeps, as soon as he keeps waking up, this is like, he's in a dream, and then suddenly he wakes up. No, this is what's been going on. You're in a dream. Then he wakes up again. No, you've been in a dream this whole time. So he ends up meeting Tom Paris and Harry Kim when he's back in the first episode, when he was first when the emergency medical program was activated. And so that's where they appear. And it just keeps happening. He just keeps waking up, and eventually Chakotay gets sent in to try and rescue him, and he's like, yeah, everything Barclay's telling you is a lie, right? Because Barclay's telling him, it's like, no, you're real, and I'm like 6 feet over there on the other side of the wall. You can use your tricorder, and you have to, the only way to get out of this is if you destroy the ship. He keeps telling him he has to destroy the ship and destroy this simulation.
So Reg is like a bad guy in this one.
No,
he's always a good guy.
But Chakotay comes in and is like, no, this is what's really happening. Okay, you just gotta hold on longer. And then suddenly, who busts in? It's his wife. Who's his wife? Cass.
Cass is whose wife?
The Doctor's wife, because he's a real person in this.
But isn't she supposed to be Neelix's girlfriend?
Yeah.
Well, they're never together in any of the episodes.
But in this weird holodeck simulation thing that's going on, but we don't know. Is it a dream? Is the holodeck
so the Doctor's
malfunctioning?
Confused as to his reality.
And then he keeps waking up and it's something different. So Chakotay tells him he's just got to hang on, and then they do, and the program resets, and he wakes up, and they're like, this is what happened. And then he goes back to work and everything, right? Okay. And he starts cataloging it, and then things start going wrong again. And you just keep kind of falling more down to the rabbit hole. And then eventually he wakes up at the end. It's like, no, this is the real one. You're good now. Like, okay.
So you don't know whatever happened and why did Reg get there.
Apparently they were testing him in the they wanted to put him in the holodeck.
That damn holodeck again.
And they wanted to be able to move him there so that they could train him to do stuff. And then some radiation got in and messed with all the computers, which wasn't that big of a problem, but he was in the holodeck at the time.
They would have a lot of radiation.
But they kept telling him that, and then he'd keep waking up, and they keep telling him the same story, but he'd wake up in different places.
Anyway, if you're a Star Trek fan, you can tell us what series Reg was in, because I'm pretty sure he was in.
You think he was in Enterprise?
At least 4. I think he was in Enterprise, because I think that was like the running gag that Reg appears in every show. But I don't think he's been in Discovery, and I don't think he's been in Strange New Worlds. But all those old series, I'm pretty sure, and he wasn't in Picard.
They could bring him in and just put him in as an alien in any of those things.
I'm pretty sure he was in, like, as Reg though, Enterprise, Voyager, Deep Space Nine, and the Next Generation.
Why does he have to appear as this Reg Barclay character?
I think it was like a thing that was a fun thing to do. Put Reg in every series.
He was in a lot of the last season or seasons of TNG, so people must have liked him.
Character, right? Because he's more like us, because he's goofy.
He's
a
bumbling
doesn't know
idiot.
what he's doing. He's not perfect, which is the problem with Star
Trek
because everybody is perfect, and that's why people enjoy the Orville. Because they keep on saying we gotta get some better people.
Yeah, they keep making mistakes, and even though this is the D team on Voyager, they're still like these perfect people. Although B'Elanna's really bad at her job,
right?
Tess seems to be pretty useless.
I don't know if he was in the Outer Decks.
Neelix is a bad cook, and that's always the thing.
I'm sorry, I don't think he's been in that, but I could be wrong. Okay.
Anyway,
you fans out there, let us know.
Yeah, let us know your comments on this, and also on Star Trek Voyager. We want to hear from more people. This has been another exciting episode of Chakotay's Odyssey, featuring the adventures of Janeway.